SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flow and Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money, yeah? From Flow.
Okay, so check this. Flow is giving away $30,000 in cash. 2 bags of money, plus $1,000 every Friday.
With Flow is better every day, and now we're making Fridays great. There's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up, top up, $5 or more. Right now, just switch to Flow. Get a plan, 1 gig or more. If you wanna win cash galore. With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money, yeah? From Flow.
So top up, get a plan, or port now to win. Flow terms and conditions apply.
Brick by brick, piece by piece, building with technology, helping wealth increase. Starting small, building the future, doing more every day, doing more together. SVG, the bank we count on. SVG, our one bank together we're strong. Our nation's bank, standing long and proud. One bank, one voice, sing it loud. BOSVG. Hey, building our future. Doing more together.
OSBG, doing more together.
In the headlines, investigation launched after 2 cell phone video recordings surfaced of inmates showing off from inside Her Majesty's prison at Belle Isle. 13 quarantined, 1 isolated in Jamaica as part of coronavirus prevention. New UN reports claim North Korea is cheating sanctions and enhancing its nuclear and missile programs. And in sports, Lakers dominate Suns as Raptors secure 15th straight win in the NBA season. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV's Evening News and Sports.
SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flow and Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money, yeah? From Flow.
Okay, so check this. Flow is giving away $30,000 in cash. 2 bags of money, plus $1,000 every Friday.
With Flow is better every day, and now we're making Fridays great. There's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up, top up, $5 or more. Right now, just switch to Flow. Get a plan, 1 gig or more. If you wanna win cash galore. With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money, yeah? From Flow.
So top up, get a plan, or port now to win. Flow terms and conditions apply.
Brick by brick, piece by piece, building with technology, helping wealth increase. Starting small, building the future, doing more every day, doing more together. SVG, the bank we count on. BOSVG, our one bank together we're strong. Our nation's bank, standing long and proud. One bank, one voice, sing it loud. BOSVG. Hey, building our future. Doing more together.
OSBG, doing more together.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Tuesday, February 11th, 2020. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. The security of this country's prison service has come under scrutiny yet again, with 2 cell phone video recordings reportedly made from inside the Belle Isle facility making their rounds on social media. In the videos, at least 3 inmates are seen in their cell proudly displaying their cell phones while interacting with each other and making gestures. Over the years, the prison service has been faced with challenges as it relates to contraband items being smuggled into the prisons, including cellular phones. On numerous occasions, including interviews with SVG-TV News, the Superintendent of Prisons, Brenton Charles, appealed to the public to obey the prison rules as it relates to contraband items. Superintendent Charles was unavailable to comment on the videos now in circulation, but we understand that an investigation has been launched. In October last year, accused murderer Veron Primus pleaded guilty to a charge that between September 30th and October 1st, 2019, at Kingston, while being held on remand at Her Majesty's prisons, he escaped lawful custody, for which he was jailed for 16 months. At the time when Primus escaped, the Superintendent of Prisons deemed the situation as embarrassing and assured Vincentians it's an isolated incident which will not happen again. Human rights activist Jeannie Oliver says it is time the police get more proactive in dealing with domestic violence, noting that all reports must be taken seriously. In an interview with SVG-TV News today, Oliver says victims of domestic violence can put forward a case against an officer who refused to take action once requested.
Because if I come to the police station and you tell me go home and make up with me husband or go cook the husband food or whatever, as some of the police officers these days do, I am going to remind you that you have an obligation to take the statement that I am giving you. And if you don't take the statement and if you don't take action, a charge can be brought against you.
Oliver said even with training, continuous education has to be done, not only for the police, but with individuals from all sectors of the society in dealing with domestic violence. She also stressed the need for persons experiencing domestic violence to speak out and get the necessary help.
But yet, people are refusing to speak. The 2015 domestic violence legislation gives the authority to social workers and those of us who see, who witness, who hear about the issue of domestic violence, not to be silent, to speak out. Because if you don't speak, nobody will know. We have to speak. So one of the things besides education that we must do is to open our big mouths and speak.
Oliver added that perpetrators of domestic violence are not only men, but women as well, and said that educating boys and girls at an early age can help to reduce some of the incidents that are occurring in society today.
Speak to our boys about positive values, how to treat women. When you hear them talking to the sister rough at home, correct them. Let them know that the way they're speaking to their sister, the way you're speaking to me as your mother, I'm not going to accept it. And in the same vein, teach our girl children what not to accept from men, or from young men, or from males. Those are the only things that we can do. Continue the education. Since we have the education, each one teach one. Each one look out for one.
In other news, young people in this country are being urged to take advantage of the Skill for Youth Employment Project, SKY, which is expected to commence next month. The SKY project, which will provide training for more than 200 youths across the country, is funded by the British government to help equip youths in SVG and across the region with a new skill. Speaking on the project on the radio on Sunday, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves said that his target this year is to build an entrepreneurial class for the young people of SVG.
Yes, alone who want to do our gardening service, who want what some other like thing that we have money on the car ship. If, for instance, you're a young man with skills as a barber, and you want to get set up as a barber, and you don't have the chair, you don't have the clippers, you don't have the thing, and so on. Once the people who interview you, and these are, like in the Carship one, is public servants plus people from the private sector.
The Prime Minister said his entrepreneurial idea for the youth will also be supported by government grants.
Grants. Just like with the cars. In both cases, we borrow the money cheaply. Half of 1 percentage point, we got some money. Interest. And we the government will pay back both the principal and the interest. The young people, they submit a business plan, they have to have targets, would be observable and so on and so forth. And they recommend these people, they approved, they get the grants and they have to meet certain targets. Actually, under the Carship grants, you know that grants have been given of over $200,000.
Yes.
20 young people get money is, I think, varying from 60,000 to over 200,000.
Deputy Chief Education Officer Dixon Finley has employed educators here to develop a spirit of gratitude and togetherness. His comments came at the opening ceremony of a leadership workshop held yesterday under the Human Development Service Delivery Project. The workshop brought together the educators to sharpen their leadership skills to help facilitate quality education. Finley told the educators that quality leadership is key to their efforts in education, but it cannot be achieved alone. Using biblical references, Finley urged them to support each other.
We need each other. And the Bible speaks about succession. So when you see somebody going up, don't be grudgeful. You never know what is in store for you. Pray for your leaders and ensure that you do your best. And once you do your best, God will provide. There are some persons who are only thankful when they see rewards. But you should be thankful all the time. We have to be thankful for life, because there are many leaders among us who are in pain, who are sick. Let us pray for the weak as we pray for the strong, and as we go through today. Let us all remember that we can do all things through Christ, who give us the strength to make St. Vincent de Grenadines a better place. Once again, thank you very much, and may God continue to bless all of us.
Guest speaker Bruce Barrett said the way to a better life for students is through education. He noted that the work of educators continue to increase over the years and commended the nation's educators for the dedication they continue to show.
Changed from student achievement to student achievement and well-being. We are asked more and more to do the complete parenting package as educators. And what I want to applaud you and recognize you for is that the fact that we're here together underscores that you and the government recognize that this cannot be done at the level of the classroom. This is entirely about system leadership, system alignment, and system coherence. Because it is the very people that you influence and those people and who they influence that has the trickle-down effect of essentially watering the roots for student achievement. You have enormous influence. And I've sat here and I've listened to the words, because words are so very much part of the fabric of what we connect to as educators. And I've listened to words like from the chief around inclusion, equity, and all. And these are enormously important features.
CDC announces new marketing strategies for Vinci Mars 2020. There's another stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
News sponsored in part by Flow.
With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? Yeah, from Flow.
Okay, so check this. Flow is giving away $30,000 in cash. 2 bags of money. That's $1,000 every Friday.
With Flow is better every day, and now we're making Fridays great. There's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up, top up, $5 or more. Right now, just switch to Flow. Get a plan, 1 gig or more. If you wanna win cash galore. With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? Yeah, from Flow.
So top up, get a plan, or port now to win. Flow terms and conditions apply.
Star Limited is now located on the 3rd floor of the First St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products to furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the First St. Vincent Bank building. Don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. See Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
A funeral service should be one that you can be proud of. One that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We are constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction, and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home.
The Vallejo Experience. We cater for all of your psychological needs. We promote holistic wellness, balancing the mind, body, and spirit. I am Dr. Giselle Miller, CEO and founder of the Vallejo Experience. Contact us today. We are willing and ready to serve you.
Why not stay in, turn off the alarm clock, and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz? For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome back. Minister of Tourism, Sports and Culture, Cecil Sesmaki, said promoting SVG as a yachting destination is now reaping benefits, with yachts and sailboats coming in their numbers throughout the year. Minister Mackey was addressing the welcoming ceremony for 60 sailors with the Viking Explorers last Friday at the Blue Lagoon Hotel.
You have been wise in your choice of making that long journey across the Atlantic to be here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and that is confirmed by your number. And as you just heard, next year we have a full house, a full yacht, and therefore more of you would be coming. I'm sure at the end of the day as well that you will become converts and ambassadors of this destination, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and you would either come again next year or you would tell your family and your friends and they would also come.
Minister Mackey explained to the sailors why SVG remains a unique tourist destination and one with a difference in the entire Caribbean.
You've heard a lot of our sailing waters, but I confirm that our sail and our dive waters are some of the best anywhere in the world. If you want to experience white sand beaches, and we have 2 of the top 20, I would say, in the world, or black sand beaches, because all of the beaches on mainland St. Vincent are volcanic in nature, so they're black. In the Grenadines, coral in nature, and therefore they're white.
Captain Bly and Blue Lagoon representatives said they are pleased to be sponsors of the Viking Explorers, who has contributed to the steady visit of sailors to these shores.
Sure, at the end of your visit, you're going to agree that St. Vincent and the Grenadines is truly a special place. We consider ourselves the gem of the Caribbean. Our people are warm, as you can know. We're a 32-island state. We have the warm blue waters of the Caribbean, and of course we have the very best rum.
And the rum and the culture, and we hope to see you all again next year. Thank you to Viking Explorers, the owners, managers. They've made it very easy for us to work alongside them. Thank you to all our sponsors. And on behalf of Blue Lagoon Marina, we hope that you stick around for a few more days so we can really get to know you better.
The sailors with the Viking Explorers are here for a few weeks. Some of the sailors have already booked to sail again to SVG next year, up to 2022. The Carnival Development Corporation CDC has high expectations for Vincy Mas 2020 as it continues to market the product as the hottest carnival in the Caribbean. At a press conference today, the first for the year, the CDC's chairman Ricardo Adams said that they have revamped their marketing strategies to generate more hype for Vincy Mas 2020.
Put together a regional marketing plan, and one of the target areas is going to be Trinidad, because Trinidad is an area where everybody from across the world comes to basically kick off the carnival season for the year and set the stage for what is happening. And from all reports, from the feedback that we've been getting, Vincy Mas, if we package it properly, if we market it well, is going to be an absolutely fantastic festival this year. We've got music already released. I remember years ago when we were struggling to get songs for the launch of Carnival in May, and we had to put on the new song competition just to get people to release a couple of songs so that we had songs with which to launch Carnival. We're in February, it's not even Valentine's yet, it's before Trinidad Carnival, and we have people already releasing music for Vincy Mas.
The new CDC Marketing and Development Officer is Ezzy Roberts. Creating a logo for Vincy Mas 2020 is also in the making. At today's press conference, the CDC's chairman also addressed the issue of appropriate carnival wear and the type of music being produced by some artists.
One of the things that we still manage to do is our traditional bands here have still managed to do absolutely wonderful and creative costumes, but leave people tastefully dressed. And I think we have to be guarded that we do not go down the road where some of the other islands, and I think from reports St. Lucia was particularly bad last year, some of the other islands thought that the less that you wore, the more your costume impacted on people. Likewise, the music. We do not have to, if you listen to the songs that are doing very well internationally, if you're listening to the songs that are doing very well in Trinidad and Tobago right now, there are very few of them that talk about bending over some woman and doing something to her and being disrespectful. There are very few of them that are bordering on profanity with a veiled disguise. And if we want to take the music internationally, we have to appeal also to the international taste.
This year, the Miss SVG pageant will be held outside of the carnival season and is expected to take place in October as part of the country's independence activities. Coordinator of the CDC's Beauty Shows Committee, Lafon Fraser, said they saw it fit to make the change for national reasons. The media launch for Vincy Mas 2020 will be held on March 3rd, with the official public launch to kickstart the activities on May 2nd. The Garifuna Heritage Foundation plays a very significant role in the official celebration of National Heroes and Heritage Month here in SVG. Since the declaration of March as National Heroes Month, the foundation has been hosting a number of activities to celebrate the significance of the month, and this year will be no exception. At a media launch today, President of the Garifuna Heritage Foundation, David Daki Williams, said the celebration period from March 6 to 13 includes the 7th International Garifuna Conference, the 6th Annual Schools Festival, and an exhibition on indigenous art, craft, and artifacts.
Our exhibition of craft and artifacts. Under the theme that we have been using for these exhibitions, which is From Orinoco to Exile. And this exhibition covers that period from the indigenous people who came across from the Orinoco River in Venezuela to the Caribbean, not just St. Vincent, but to other Caribbean islands. And then out of that journey, over a number of years, over a couple of centuries, emerged the Garifuna, or the Black Caribs as they were christened by the colonizers.
Representative of the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, Maxine Brown, highlighted the main objectives of the 6th Annual Schools Garifuna Folk Festival, which will be held on March 6 under the theme, Children of Chatier, Fruits of Our Heritage.
Of 1, March Pass, 2, an exhibition, and 3, a showcase of local talents. In the past, we would have met or gathered at the Bishop College Complex and marched to the street of Kingstown to the Victoria Park, but this year we've made a change. Now we all meet up at the Victoria Park, and like sports, we'll do a march pass around the compound or the grounds of the Victoria Park. Of course, all dressed in our Garifuna colors, yellow, black, and white. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force will lead the procession, and of course, we always engage the students from the CW Prescott Marching Band. They're always on board with us. Activity 1, the March Pass, incorporating our Garifuna colors, our Garifuna fashion. During the March Pass, students will get awards for 1, largest group of students. So schools, take note.
Of intentions were tested with what they know and do not know by host of the popular YouTube educational program, Trinidadian Daniel Loveless Roberts, who is in the state recording for his next program, which will be aired on Friday. Loveless has been visiting several Caribbean countries, educating and learning about each country and their citizens, which he documents on YouTube and shared on other social media platforms, including Facebook.
It's been really nice. It has been a successful trip. We were able to successfully produce 2 episodes of What You Know to bring some laughter and learning to the citizens of St. Vincent and Grenadines and the world. The people have been really receptive to the show. People have been showing me a lot of love and support, and I'm really grateful for that and grateful to be here. I really enjoyed the beaches in Beckway. It was really nice. So, it was really unique and it was a really enjoyable experience for me. I also had the opportunity today to visit the botanical gardens. So it was amazing to see the national bird of St. Vincent and learn a little bit more about the heritage of the country and the cultural aspects, etc.
The 20-year-old, who has a following of more than 300,000 on Facebook, said he has been doing the show since he was 17. He has a special advice for youngsters in SVG, alluding to discipline, commitment, and sacrifice as a must in order to succeed in life.
Believe in your dreams, set your goals, have a vision, and just know that sometimes success will be a long, hard journey. It'll be a long, hard road. Sometimes it may take sleepless nights. It may take certain sacrifices, in terms of financial sacrifices, sleep deprivation sometimes, you may not eat on time sometimes. Certain things will happen sometimes, but just understand that that's all a part of the journey, and you just need to just keep believing in your dreams and believing that one day you will be successful and one day the universe will align to give you what you want.
The What You Know host, who has been in SVG for 6 days now, said he asked 5 questions to random persons. However, no one was able to answer all correctly, hence losing out on a winning cash prize of $400.
That number, we just want to know what you know, and if you didn't know, now you know. Let me go.
On Friday, we will be releasing the first episode.
To take care of all your funeral arrangements, embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs, and wreaths, arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, juicy, drink today. Juicy, juicy, same great taste. Juicy, juicy, the original drink. It's a Vinci thing. Get your red and banana, pineapple, juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vinci thing. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vinci thing. Juicy.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Your home is a long-term investment, including most of its features. So when purchasing windows, ensure to acquire a superior product like Cannabis double-sliding heavy-duty window, optional burglar bars, protective insect screens, rubber-sealed thick glass, stainless steel tracking system and rollers, secure and durable locking system on both panels. Inferior products on the market fail to secure your home effectively. So be on alert for inferior imitation. Key things to avoid are problematic latching locks, a poor tracking system, making daily operation of your windows difficult and sometimes impossible, poorly built insect screens, glued on copycat designs, thin and easy to break glass. Always choose the affordable brand from Kendra's Aluminum Windows and Products, built on a tradition of excellence.
Why not stay in, turn off the alarm clock, and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz? For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
Regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
In news from the region, we hear that in Jamaica, another person who recently arrived in the island from China has been moved from quarantine to isolation after reportedly showing symptoms linked to the novel coronavirus. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton said the individual who arrived in Jamaica from one of the high-risk provinces in China had an elevated high temperature. This was outlined at an emergency press conference yesterday, where the health minister also noted that 13 other persons are in quarantine. We hear more in this TVJ news report.
Samples have been taken and will be processed by the National Influenza Center and sent overseas for testing. This is the first time that we have detected symptoms in any patient or person who is being monitored, and have had to move a patient or individual from quarantine to isolation.
For this patient, the patient has an elevated temperature, okay? It is not at the level that we would consider it to be a fever. What it is a progression, okay? And therefore a cause for concern, okay? So this person, the temperature may settle down, and this person, the temperature may continue to rise. What is important is that we have a rise in temperature in a person who has traveled to an area of concern.
Did not reveal the person's gender, but what we know is that the individual recently arrived in the island from one of the worst affected provinces in China. The individual was among 116 persons who arrived in the last 2 weeks from China. However, only 10 persons have been quarantined in government facilities, while others have been quarantined at home.
The quarantine situation that we have now has picked up some early changes that we are monitoring, and as per our protocol, this person has been isolated. So under isolation conditions now, if this person continues to develop symptoms, then this person would be separated from other persons who they could pass the virus onto, and they will be nursed in a controlled situation to prevent any spread, either to other members of the public or to healthcare professionals.
Hundreds of Grenadians converged at the Karani James Athletic Stadium last Friday to celebrate Grenada's 46th anniversary of independence under the theme Preparing for the Future Through Empowerment, Growth and Long-Term Sustainable Development. As we hear in this GBN television news report, the issue of the coronavirus and Grenada's response was highlighted in the Prime Minister's independence address.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, during his independence address, accused some fractions of society of being irresponsible. He was speaking in light of the present health situation as it relates to the coronavirus outbreak. In his view, the intent appears to be less focused on nation building, which Dr. Mitchell encouraged should be the focus at this time. The PM calls for working together collectively.
It is alarming and nothing short of mischievous that elements among us, some of whom we expect to demonstrate a greater level of responsibility, are using this situation to create panic, fear, and distrust among our people. By making irresponsible statements that have implications for the health of the nation's people, those persons are playing on the emotions of our population that is already concerned about their own vulnerability.
During his independence address, the PM indicated that they have taken steps at Grenada's ports of entry in an effort to protect citizens from the coronavirus.
With the rapid escalation of the infected persons and the geographic spread of those affected, this has become a global health emergency. Here in Grenada, government has taken decisive action to help prevent this disease from penetrating our borders and affecting our people.
The Ayanola Council for the Advancement of Rastafari in St. Lucia's welcomed Castries Mayor Peterson Francis' reversal on cannabis law reform. The outspoken official had expressed qualms about St. Lucia's march towards legalization, citing concerns about the social fallout and exploitation of farmers by corporations. However, the mayor has apparently changed his mind following a briefing from pro-cannabis groups. While the Rastafarian group applauds the mayor, it has a stern warning for the ruling administration. We hear more in this report.
Members of the Cannabis Commission, together with the Cannabis Movement and the Ayanola Council for the Advancement of Rastafari, recently met with the Mayor of Castries, Peterson Francis, in a bid to advocate for the decriminalization and legalization of marijuana. The group sought to make a compelling case for cannabis law reform to the local government official, who vehemently opposed the end of prohibition. It appears that the sales pitch was convincing, as the mayor, who only 1 week ago expressed reservations about a commercially regulated sector, has had a change of heart. President of ICA, Aaron Alexander, expressed delight in the new position taken by the mayor.
If a man cannot change his mind, he cannot change anything. And I say hats off to the mayor. This mayor, from the time he's been appointed, I've not had much disagreements with him. As a matter of fact, I've agreed with him on a lot of things. When he moved the vendors from around the Ave Maria school, I think that was a good thing. This whole thing about urinating in public and so on, clamping down on those things. So the mayor is doing certain things that I certainly agree with him. One point of contention was the cannabis issue. I totally disagreed with him when he was against legalization or decriminalization. But now his office has reached out, engaged the cannabis movement, engaged the Ayanola Council for the Advancement of Rastafari, and we had a very fruitful meeting with him. I wasn't present at the meeting, but I got a full report. And the members who represented the council, they did a great job in laying all the facts before the mayor, because sometimes people don't have all the information before them, and they could probably just be going on what they've heard before and probably the ways that they felt about an issue before. They try to cling on to that.
Meanwhile, Alexander did not mince words in sending a warning to the current administration on the issue of cannabis legalization and, moreover, the use of the herb by the Rastafarian faith as a sacrament.
Minister Bradley Felix, and as I've said in different forums, I have confidence in his leadership and his stewardship, so I'm hoping that something positive will come out this time. But we as a Rastafari community, we are prepared to take other measures, and this is the 4th chance of this government, to actually make good on their campaign promises, all on the platform talking about cannabis legalization or decriminalization, and Mr. Herman Gill Francis was the point man during all the campaign of 2016. So the Labour Party had Emma Hippolyte talking about it as well. So if we give them another chance, they would do it. But the Labour Party time has expired as far as this issue is concerned. We have no faith in the Labour Party as far as legalizing cannabis. The United Workers' Party, they're on the last strings right now. And if not, we will see them in court, because we are tired of this thing. Our constitutional rights have been violated. Our human rights, our religious rights have been violated for far too long. So, after 40, 50 years of advocacy, we are basically out of patience with this issue. And if it's the courts we have to resort to, so be it.
The final report of the Cannabis Commission on the feasibility of a commercially regulated regime for the herb was due at the end of December 2019. Cabinet, based on the recommendations of the advisory body, has promised to take a firm decision on the issue.
That was all news from the region. New UN report claims North Korea is still cheating sanctions and enhancing its nuclear and missile programs. This from the international scene. When we return, stay with us.
That was a regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112. More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Now you love Super 6 even more. With more money to the jackpot galore.
Win more, have more fun.
With more jackpot money, Super 6 is my number one.
With the new and improved Super 6 team, the jackpot keeps growing and growing and growing.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. Super 6, bigger jackpots, more chances to win.
Why not stay in? Turn off the alarm clock and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz. For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses. We're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Carez Distribution Limited.
For over 60 years, we have sought only the best beans grown in the lush hills of the Andean mountains of Colombia. Cold Cafe. We carefully select only the very best beans and roast them to delicious perfection by our experienced roast masters. Cold Cafe. Cold Cafe treats you to one of the finest coffees in the world. Available in classic and decaffeinated. A rich flavor and aroma that can only come from 100% Colombian coffee. Cold Cafe. Indulge yourself in our delicious cappuccinos available in classic mocha and French vanilla. Enjoy them hot to warm your soul or cool to cool you down. Either way, they are incredibly satisfying. So go ahead, enjoy Cold Cafe and treat yourself.
Let's go further afield now. A new UN report says North Korea is still cheating sanctions and enhancing its nuclear and ballistic missile programs. This comes despite several summits held between the North Korea leader and U.S. President Donald Trump and talks of progress between the two sides. As one example, the report highlights how North Korea illegally exported millions of tons of commodities such as coal last year to enhance its ballistic missiles and nuclear weapons programs. We hear more in this report.
President Trump has told top foreign policy advisors that he does not want another summit with Kim Jong-un ahead of the presidential elections in November. His frustration and his comments came at the end of last year after the working level negotiations between the U.S. and North Koreans essentially fell apart, with the North Koreans pointing their finger at the U.S., saying that they didn't show up prepared, the U.S. trying to cast it in a more positive light, but they have not returned to the negotiating table. And there is evidence that President Trump is still disinterested in a summit with Kim Jong-un. Just last week, when he delivered his State of the Union address, he didn't mention North Korea or Kim Jong-un at all. Now, that is a stark contrast to last year's address, where he used it to announce that he was going to be meeting Kim Jong-un for a second summit. They're using it as a platform to tell the American people that he was successful with regard to that portion of his foreign policy. But the fact of the matter is that as President Trump focuses on his re-election, his campaign has decided, according to sources that I have talked to, that North Korea is not a crucial factor to him winning re-election. They do not plan to highlight any of his achievements or efforts with regard to North Korea and diplomacy. Now, this, of course, against the backdrop of the fact that North Korea continues to work on and perfect its nuclear program. There have not been as many missile launches in recent months, but just last week, a Pentagon official said that North Korea is working on its weapons just as fast as any other nation. It continues to develop that nuclear program, so that is a very important thing to pay attention to as the U.S. and North Korea get further and further from diplomacy.
The number of people infected with the Wuhan coronavirus aboard the Diamond Princess cruise ship quarantined off the coast of Japan has doubled in a single day to 135. We hear more in this report.
I mean, in terms of the number of cases going up, what authorities are saying is they have no way to know how many people ultimately are infected on board this ship. You know, we haven't had any new cases reported yet today, although we haven't heard from government officials yet. But there's no way to tell day to day how many new cases are going to be declared. What the government does say is that any new cases that are going to be declared, these people contracted the virus before, government officials say, the quarantine began. They do not believe that any of the cases, even though 65 people yesterday additionally were reported to have this virus, they do not believe that any of them contracted the virus after the quarantine. They believe the quarantine is working. That's their line and they're sticking to it. As for these normal sea operations, we saw this a couple days ago as well. The ship has to go out to do normal maintenance functions, as they say, including the production of fresh water. They take about 24 hours to go out and then they come back. So we are going to see that later today. It's been taking a little while, though. They were supposed to leave hours ago, but they're still taking some of the people that are infected off of this ship. As far as the tests that you mentioned, it is going to be an uphill battle to test all of the people on board. It's one of the things I spoke to about with one of Japan's vice ministers of health. I spoke to him yesterday evening. Here's what he had to say.
We understand everyone is anxious. Spending 14 days in small spaces is very difficult. So we need to take care of people, especially those with pre-existing conditions and the elderly. We're doing our best to be ready and test those who are higher risk first, and then bring them to special facilities should they test positive.
How challenging has this been for your government to try and deal with a problem that is not of your making?
This ship has many nationalities on board, so it's a problem involving many countries. They're all asking for our help, so we have to take responsibility for this. Our primary goal is to prevent a pandemic in our own country. But at the same time, we want everyone on board to get home safely. So Japan can't do this alone. We need lots of cooperation from other countries to make this work.
Now, the United States has sent a representative from its Centers for Disease Control here to help monitor this situation. But, Rosemary, we are expecting the number of cases on board this ship to go up. It's a 2-week gestation period. And even if these people contracted the virus before the quarantine began, officials are collectively saying they do expect more cases to be reported from this ship. It's just a matter of how many people will be declared positive with this virus. But as of now, no plans to end this quarantine later than February 19th.
Well, that's the news. Sports is just ahead, but before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
SVG-TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Cannabis Distribution Limited.
Let's go! Turn up the fun!
With Chocolisto and its great flavor, enriched with vitamins and minerals that help you grow.
Chocolisto makes you big and strong.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They call General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
The local weather forecast, it is partly cloudy, hazy and breezy. Winds east-northeast at 24 kilometers per hour. Temperature is 26.4 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity is 83%. The barometric pressure is 1014.7 millibars, 24-hour rainfall trace. Today's maximum temperature is 29.0 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature is 22.0 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 6:09 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow at 6:28 a.m. The forecast, it is fair to occasionally cloudy, hazy and breezy with scattered showers after midnight. The synopsis, the Atlantic high pressure system is the dominant feature.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
Welcome to the evening sports. The Los Angeles Lakers were dominant in the NBA on Monday, while the Toronto Raptors' winning streak continues. Anthony Davis' double-double of 25 points and 10 rebounds helped the Lakers cruise past the Phoenix Suns 125-100. Rajon Rondo starred with 23 points on 9 of 13 shooting, while LeBron James had 17 points for the victors. The Raptors' franchise record-winning run reached 15 with a 137-126 victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Kyrie Lowry finished with a double-double of 27 points and 11 assists, while OG Anunoby, 25 points and 12 rebounds, also had a double-double. D'Angelo Russell made his debut for the Timberwolves, contributing 22 points in 32 minutes. The SVG senior female cricket team was a losing finalist in the T20 format of the Windward Islands Female Cricket Tournament. Team SVG lost by 1 run to St. Lucia despite ending with 6 wickets in hand. The match came to a thrilling end, with SVG needing 3 runs off the last ball to win, but only able to get a single. Juliana Nero played a classy half-century despite the team falling short. Meanwhile, the senior Windward's team has been selected to participate in the West Indies tournament to be hosted in Guyana next month. 5 intentions were included in the traveling squad, with 2 named as reserves. And an under-19 squad was also named for the regional under-19 tournament to be played in Trinidad in April, which also included 3 intentions in the squad and 2 reserves. 3 games were played yesterday in the inter-secondary schools cricket competition at the Sandhill playing field. The Central Leeward Secondary Warriors won the toss and chose to bat against the Thomas Saunders Secondary. Central Leeward scored 109 all out from 18.4 overs. In their turn at the crease, Thomas Saunders were all out for 107 in 18.4 overs. Romano Hector top scored with 15. At the subs playing field, the George Stevens Secondary School enjoyed a mammoth 175-run win over the Emmanuel High School Mespo. George Stevens scored 222 all out in 24 overs. George Stevens restricted Emmanuel High to a mere 47 runs, and in the third game, Cannabis Secondary won by default over North Union Secondary. The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
My sister's pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Brick by brick, piece by piece, building with technology, helping wealth increase. Starting small, building the future, doing more every day, doing more together. BOSVG, the bank we count on. BOSVG, our one bank together. nation's bank, standing long and proud. One bank, one voice, sing it loud. BOSVG. Hey, building our future. Doing more together.
BOSVG, doing more together. Why not stay in? Turn off the alarm clock and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz. For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses. We're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome back. Hard hitters, Nice Radio Clinchers and Sand Hill Tallowers advanced to the semi-finals of the Bible T20 softball cricket competition following quarter-final victories at the Bible playing field last weekend. Hard hitters gained a 5-wicket win over Gary's Construction Simple Boys. Gary's Construction Simple Boys scored 105 for 9 of 20 overs. Hard hitters knocked 109 for 5 of 16.2 overs. Nice Radio Clinchers beat the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force by 8 runs. Nice Radio Clinchers made 171 from 8 of 20 overs, while the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force team scored 91 of 15.4 overs. Sand Hill Tallowers defeated Bank of SVG All-Stars 16 runs. Sand Hill Tallowers knocked 142 for 9 from 20 overs, while Bank of SVG All-Stars scored 126 for 9 of 20 overs. The last quarter-final will be between Oya Young Strikers and Bruce Law Chambers Smashers. Zemfel Bailey and Peter Duran dominated the SVG Cycling Union first race of the 2020 race program, which was held on Sunday, February 9th. The race was held in 2 divisions, Category 1 and Category 2. Category 1 riders raced from Kingston to Bridgetown and back to the Sand Hill Junction, a distance of 26 miles. Zemfel Bailey finished first in a time of 1 hour 24 minutes 48 seconds. Albert Kwame came in second in 1 hour 27 minutes 28 seconds, and Lucky Antrobas third in 1 hour 29 minutes 25 seconds. Category 2 riders raced from Kingstown to Diamond, a distance of 17 miles. Peter Duran took first place in 1 hour 15 seconds 30 minutes, Antonio Richards second in 1 hour 20 minutes 59 seconds, and Carlos Rivers completed the podium with a time of 1 hour 28 minutes 41 seconds. Rivers Young, a new rider, stopped the clock in 1 hour 42 minutes 35 seconds in 4th position. And that's how we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up. Stay with us.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Now you'll love Super 6 even more, because every time you spend $6 on Super 6, you get a chance to win 6 times your spend instantly. Wow! That's 6 times your spend of $6 on Super 6 for 6 weeks. Now there's more reason to love Super 6. More money, more money, more money.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. Super 6, bigger jackpots, more chances to win.
Bereavement or loss of life in your family could come as a shock. That's why it's important to always focus on the things that made you happy and the memories that you shared. At Memorial Funeral Home, our warm and friendly staff ensures that your experience is a pleasant one. Our sensitive staff is understanding, caring, and all-knowing when it comes to selecting your underground furniture and the things that you need to celebrate life.
Well, I am a furniture manufacturer, and I manufacture furniture for all purposes. At this time, I am interested in manufacturing some underground furniture. You can purchase these underground furniture at the Memorial Funeral Home in Mespo.
So call us at 458-8888 or 530-5694 and let's celebrate life.
Why not stay in? Turn off the alarm clock and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz. For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses. We're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
And now for a second look at the headlines. Investigation launched after 2 cell phone video recordings surfaced of inmates showing off from inside Her Majesty's prison at Belial. 13 quarantined, 1 isolated in Jamaica as part of coronavirus prevention. New UN report claims North Korea is still cheating sanctions and enhancing its nuclear and missile programs. And in sports, Lakers dominate Suns as Raptors secured 15th straight win in the NBA season. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Rochelle Batiste. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also tune in for SVG-TV News in 15 at 12:45 p.m. weekdays. Have a good evening.
Welcome to Finishing and Furnishing, where a warm and friendly staff awaits you. At Finishing and Furnishing, you feel like you're in a home away from home. You will find a wide range of bedroom, living room, and appliances displayed in a stunning setting. When dealing with furniture, you need to take into consideration the colors of your room. That's why at our Penta Studio, we supply the best in interior and exterior paints. Have wooden furniture? Well, we also have stains, sealers, lacquers to get that matte or gloss finish of your desire. So give us a call at 457-2206 and come on down to Finishing and Furnishing today and start building the home of your dreams.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Why not stay in? Turn off the alarm clock and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz. For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses. We're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? Yeah, from Flow.
Okay, so check this. Flo is giving away $30,000 in cash. 2 bags of money, plus $1,000 every Friday.
With Flow is better every day, and now we're making Fridays great. There's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up, top up, $5 or more. Right now, just switch to Flow. Get a plan, 1 gig or more. If you wanna win cash galore. With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? Yeah, from Flow.
So top up, get a plan, or port now to win. Flow terms and conditions apply.
Hi, I'm Muiwa, host of Turning Point International. Music is my passion.